Vivian speaking more about city life.
关注房子，关注城市，更关注生活。
I will see you every Wednesday night.
国际生活家直播采访秀 Vivian Speaking， 每周3晚7点半，不见不散。
Good evening. This is Vivian speaking. Tonight, our topic is culture exchange. Of course, the Western world and the Chinese world are totally different. At least we have 5,000 years older than you guys. And tonight I have, it's my honor to have my friend Michael with us. Michael, how about you introduce yourself?
All right, well, thanks for inviting me, Vivian.
Yeah.
My name's Michael. I'm from England, and I've been living in Tianjin for 2 years.
Yeah.
I work for a Western company, a Dutch company, engineering, and my management is in America. And I was sent here to help an engineering team, a young engineering team, improve. And most of my work is actually about addressing cultural differences and about how getting the message across.
那今天晚上呢，我们很荣幸的请到了我的一位英国的朋友哈。那他呢也是在天津呢，现在已经有2年的时间，而且呢，他主要是做 engineer 这一个方面哈，就是技术工程师这边。所以说呢，他的主要的工作也是带领他的工程师的团队。那么所以说更多呢，他是接触了一些就是中西文化的一些交流上的问题。那今天呢，他也会跟我们做一个分享。那同时呢，今天晚上呢，我的那个 co-partner， 那也是 co-host。那么今天晚上跟我一起来主持呢，是我们的那个主持人林啊，那他会来做这个中文部分哈，主要是中文部分的一些讲解。Okay, so what we're gonna say actually tonight, all the points we will put, actually most of them is purely
Subjective.
Yeah, subjective,
Yeah.
right?
So the best way to say that is there's a nice expression by Mark Twain which says all generalizations are false, including this one.
All generalization is false, including this. This is very funny, right? Yeah. 其实他就是说，今天晚上我们想说的就是说，因为基本上我们提到了很多的话题，都会说是比较的主观。那么在这里面，他提到一个 generalization， 那么这个就是说一个以偏概全。Okay, how about you give us an example about the generalization?
Well, okay. If I say to you, what is northeast in Chinese?
Northeast. 东北.
That's right, yeah. So all I'm saying is everything is different because we say northeast and you say east north. It's completely different. So what I'm trying to say is that everything's different, but they are the same. So all generalizations are false. Every Chinese person has black hair. Is that true or false?
所有的中国人都是黑头发。
对 ，Yes, I think
这个可以，这个怎么说呢？这个是
I think it depends. Yes.
对
I think it depends, but yeah, but what's your opinion?
怎么说呢？就是如果说我要染头发了，那我这头发就可以是五颜六色的。如果说是就是一般咱们中国人应该都是黑头发，这个可能是说得看不同的人，大部分的人可能是黑头发，可能小部分人会有染头发的话
Okay.
对，那就肯定就不是所有都是黑头发。
Yeah, I agree with her. So if you consider the dyed part, no, actually this is not right, right? Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is nothing's wrong, nothing's right in what I'm trying to say today. It's all about highlighting differences and being able to explain differences from the Chinese people to the Westerners and from the Westerners to the Chinese people. I'm trying to get rid of those differences because we had a lot of problems initially with the team because the message was wrong. So it wasn't understood in each direction. And that caused a lot of problems, a lot of frustration, and people didn't have any trust. And trust is the most important thing in a relationship, any relationship, a professional relationship, a personal relationship. So if you have no trust, everything's broken.
Yeah.
And I came to China not to fix bad engineering situations, but to fix a bad trust situation. There wasn't enough trust in both ways. And I have some examples on that.
OK，我觉得这块儿那个 Michael 说的太好了，因为在很多交流上，如果是出现问题，或者说，是因为一些就是文化上的不理解出现的一些问题，可能最终它会导致一个，就是信任的trust 会导致信任的问题。那么这个来讲的话，可能是非常关键的，这也是为什么我们今天会提出今天这个主题，
对，而且是，当我们在跟这个外国人相处的时候，因为现在我们越来越的也是，就生活当中会有碰到很多外国人，不论是在地铁上呀，或者说是你的朋友，真的如果说在交流上，或者说存在的这种差异化的这种东西，可能会这种两方的这种文化的差异，会造成了咱们之间的这种信任上的这种不同的影响。对，所以今天呢，我这边呢也是准备了一些图片，大家可以先看一下，就是我们在这种在我们东方和西方之间的一些文化上的一些小差异。首先呢，咱们可以从第一个是生活上的差异可以从体现，请给我们放一下这个图片。这个是一个餐具的使用。看到咱们西方有很多的这种餐具，刀子、叉子，而且是刀子、叉子就是不同种类的、不同的使用的这种的这方式，都会有切不同的肉，都有不同的这样的一个餐具。而我们中国呢，就是一双筷子就解决了。在外国人眼里说，哇，这样两个树枝就可以用很多，比如说像面条、饭、菜都可以用，这是一个很大的一个差异。这可以说是在外国人到我们中国来说，在吃饭的饮食上是一个最大的一个不同。
Yes, actually, we talk about the first part, the difference of lifestyle, right? In Westerners, that you have a different fork and a spoon, and different forks, right? Different spoons for the different dishes.
Correct. Yeah.
But for our Chinese, just one chopstick that we can do everything.
Exactly.
Right? So this is a part of the difference.
Example of the difference. Neither is right, neither is wrong, but they're just different. And there are so many differences between China and the West.
Yeah.
And you don't understand that. You don't realize that it's different. And I don't say that I know all the differences either. I'm learning. I'm learning the language as well. So, I really don't know. But I just have some good examples of big differences which were important for me.
Okay, so when you say it's very important, the big example.
Well,
so what's that?
For me, the most important thing which happens in China, which frustrates Westerners most, is what we would call a hidden agenda. Now, a hidden agenda means we think that you're doing something which you don't want to tell us about. Now the reason is, usually a problem arises, a problem happens, okay? And trying to solve a problem is difficult. And in China, I get the impression that you don't want to show the bad things, you don't want to show the mistakes, you don't want to show that you did this and it went wrong. What you want to show is a finished good result at the end. And you don't want to show all the bad things which happen. So what happens in that situation is you take several weeks and nothing is being communicated. And in the West, we do it differently. We like to share the bad things, we like to share the mistakes, and we like to discuss that, we like to argue about it, and we like to help each other. Across, it doesn't matter whether you're Chinese or American. So what we see is that things are being hidden, and that is really frustrating. So we lose trust. And so we've had to break that. So we share problems and we discuss things, and that works really well. So it's a big difference because you're losing face all the time as a Chinese engineer. Oh, I made this mistake. And we just say, well, that's good. At least you've tried that and that. That's really good. So we see that as positive and not negative.
Yeah. I got what you mean. Actually, you want to put all the problems on the table, right? Well, just discuss it, right? Not just thinking that you are losing face and ignore it.
Right. Problem solving is very important, and another example I like to use is the way problems are solved. Now, in China, you've made incredible things. You've space rockets, people into space. You've made the best train network in the world in 10 years. So you know how to do engineering and make things. But the way Chinese people tend to handle actions or do things is different. I asked a young team member, I want to go there. What should I do first? And her answer was, well, you should start running. And
you should
start running.
Oh.
So to go there, the thing you should do is to start running. And I said, well, I don't think you're right, because I don't know where I am. I have no map. I have no compass. So you're going to start running, but you're going to run this way, and then you're going to run this way, and then you're going to run this way. Yeah. So the way we want to do things. But apparently in China, you need to show action. You need to show your managers, we're doing something. So you're running, but you're not getting any closer because you don't know where you're going. So this is things I've seen before. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, because you make the best network of railways in the world. Okay, so you do succeed. But from a Western point of view, sometimes it'd be better not to do so many actions, but to actually plan a little bit better.
Maybe think twice is much better than just go and do it.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, we have some comic picture later, and we can talk about that. I think maybe that depends on what kind of angle. Okay, you talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, so Michael has showed us some very interesting stories already. Okay, so how about let's move on?
对，下面呢也是我带来的，也是继续的咱们的这个图片。下面也是咱们可以慢慢谈到我们刚刚那个 Michael 说到的咱的这个话题。
对，
首先呢，这个还是我们的就是餐桌上的一些这个算是佐料这块的不同。咱们会有醋，还会有这个应该算是这是酱油。对，然后咱们可以在下一张。
Actually, all of the pictures talk about the different lifestyle, something different. This is a very typical one. For the old, we can, can we say, yeah.
老年人的
elder people, right? Most of the elder people in China, they help their kids to grab their grandkids, right? But for the foreigners, they might don't want to do that, right? They just go around the world or just enjoy their life.
Well, that's a generalization.
Yeah, that's a generalization. Yeah.
So I don't think that's right. I think
you don't think that right?
Definitely not. But we have a different way of doing it. Yeah. So it's an interesting comment about children and upbringing. I mean, it's nothing to do with what I've done at work, but but the way I see, again, my responsibility to my children are 18 and 20. My responsibility to them is to pay for their education until they're 23 years old. And then after that, it's their responsibility. So they have to earn their own living. I don't want them to look after me, and I don't want to look after them. So my father, he never gave me any money, ever, after I'd finished graduation. Never. He said to me once, let me just finish, this is a nice story, this is a good example. He said to me once, I have a car for you. And I said, oh, that's really kind, Dad. He said, yes, it will cost you £120. You must start working and then you can buy it. So he'd found a car, but he wasn't going to buy it for me.
Ah. So this is not a generalization. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, I think it is. I think in the West we bring up children to be independent and to be able to make their own way. And we say, okay, we help you to become educated, and then you go and do it. So we don't need to look after you anymore. Whereas I see that a lot of interdependence in China. So the children look after the adults, and the adults look after the children. Even when both are, maybe they're 60 and 40, but they're still looking after each other. And it's very strange to me. Very strange, very different. Yeah. And I think there's some truth in that, in general, the family is not necessarily closer, but they interfere more in each other's lives.
其实刚才我们就提到一个特别好玩的问题，就是他提到就是咱们刚才说那个老年人的生活的这块儿，对吧？那么可能就中国人，我当时说哈，我们可能中国人老人就会帮着孩子去带孩子，那么外国人的老人他就会就享受生活。他说这个也算是一种以偏概全的一种说法，对。那他刚才那我就反问他，就是那他刚才他也提到了，在外国人生活里的话，他觉得就是说，比如说他的生活，就是在他的孩子23岁上完大学以后，他就不会再给孩子1分钱了，那完全是孩子需要去独立。那在23岁之前的话，那么他是需要给他去付学费这个是他需要去做的事儿。那么对于他的养老来讲，他也不需要孩子去资助他。这个完全是他的一种生活，所以我也反问他，我说这个算不算一种以偏概全？So yeah， 但是他也说这个基本上就是说外国人的那种生活。So yeah，
其实刚 Michael 说的也是跟我们中国其实也是差不多类似，因为我们中国也是说是成年了，就我们的孩子成年了以后，家长也是说之后投身社会了以后。不是说我是硬性的一定要给你到抚养到结婚啊什么，他也是这种的会就是让不会说给他1分的这种，就可能会生活费上不会就是给予的那么多，对。然后到老年的时候的话，不是说我子女是尽这种孝义的抚养老人，其实他是一种孝义的表达，那个父母也不是说我硬性的一定要让你给我多少的钱啊什么的这种东西在里边。刚刚 Michael 有说到一个，就是我可能会也有一点有想法的，就是老年人在我们的社会里边，就中国社会上，就是可能会有些差异，就是在大街上，如果说你看到一位老人的话，我们要作为中国人，肯定是大多数人都会作为一个中国人都会去，哎呀，我去搀扶着老人去过马路，对，这个是那个你好，您到哪儿，我给你搀过去，这样子是这样的解决方式。我在网上有可能会看到，就是如果说外国人，你要遇到一个外国人，然后他说那个不好意思，那个您去哪儿，我给您带过去，外国人都会觉得哇，你是在嫌我太老了吗？对，他可能会这种，我想到了这个方面。
I think this is a very interesting question. Actually, the Lin just said we were just talking, on the street. There's elder people. I mean, if this happens in China, the younger people are gonna go and just hold the elder people past the road, right? And just to show their help. But in Western world, does the elder people want the people to hold?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So again, no generalization, but at least in my country, Britain, we certainly help.
Oh, yes. Certainly help.
Yes. Oh, yes, you will help. You will offer help. You will offer help. You will offer your seat just to an elderly person in a bus. It's very polite. It happens more in Britain than it does in China. It does happen sometimes, but I often see people who are in their 50s or 60s standing, while other people who are in their 20s, they're playing on their phone and they don't stand up. So you have exceptions, but in Britain, yes, we believe in politeness and we believe in helping elderly people. But a lot of elderly people say, look, I don't need your help, thank you.
Yeah, actually, this is what we want to talk about, right? Yeah. 对，
好的，
对。
那我们继续看下面的图片。请导播放一下。对，这个也是一个非常明显的一个，大家应该可能会一提到这个， 对，说的太对了，就是咱们的广告上就是呈现的就是我们中国人在这个护肤美白上特别追求这个白。
对，we always want our the skins more and more white, right? But
like
you
Michael
guys,
Jackson.
no, but the Western world is just opposite, right? You want a darker face.
Well, it's generally true, yeah.
Yeah.
That's generally
好，
true.
那我们再看下一张。
This is very interesting.
对，这个可能就会觉得就是为什么会有这样的疑问呢？就是可能会说，我们中国人会吃了很多的东西，包括什么猪肉、羊肉，还有可能会有小动物这种狗肉啊，还有可能就是说他们外国人一见到我们就那个就不要吃我的猫，好像一种很害怕的意思。对，
But I think this generalization is false.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course,
对，
yeah.
但其实我们作为一个中国人的话，其实不是说我们所有人都会吃这样的，就是这种可能会家养的宠物之类。作为我的话，我肯定不会吃，就是
No, I will
对
eat dog at least,
Yeah.
right?
But a Cantonese guy who I know, he said to me once, he would eat anything with 4 legs except the table.
Yeah.
对它这个
Just some of them. Yeah. Some part of China, not the whole, right? Yeah.
对。
But that's just a joke, yeah.
好，那我们看下一张图片。
Actually, this is from Michael. Yeah,
Yeah,
you want to
I like
explain?
this is important. I think this is funny as well. And again, at the start of my time in China, I would ask people to make presentations. And then I said, okay, to make a point, you should use colors. And so they put lots of nice colors. And sometimes it would be blue, and sometimes it'd be yellow, and sometimes it'd be green. And sometimes on the next page, it was the same message, but the colors had changed. Now, in the West, we have lots of colors, but it's very important to passing a message. So, for instance, we have red can mean bad, or stop, or it can mean hot. So it depends on what the message is, but it usually means one of those 3 things. And yellow can mean, okay, wait a bit, or ongoing, or not so bad. And green means go and do it.
Yeah.
And blue means cold, or blue can, if it's underlined, it can be a hyperlink. So click on here and you go somewhere.
Yeah.
I went to a train station in Tianjin, and I wanted to get my train, and the train number went green. I thought, okay, great, I can go. So I walked up, and they said, no, we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. I said, well, you just made it green. So I couldn't understand why it had gone green. And I asked you that, and I said, in fact, there are important colours in China, and those colours are red, and red, and they all mean China.
Because our flag is the red.
That's the only colour which
Yeah.
is of any importance, of any significance, at least in my perception. So we see colours differently. So my team has learnt to interpret the colours so that a Westerner can understand it. And it's important to highlight things. But now they use the colours which are understood by all the people in the West. So hot is bad. So hot and bad is red.
It's red.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So that's why Michael, I mean some Western people are very color conscious.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah.
但是其实作为我们中国人来讲的话，他刚才提到这种颜色敏感性我们是没有的。其实这块也是我想提出来一个问题，为什么我们没有这种颜色敏感性？是因为我们除了这个颜色之外，我们还有文字，我们可以阅读文字，所以我们可能忽视了这个颜色的作用。但是对他们来讲的话，可能颜色就非常重要，因为他并不能阅读这个文字。So actually what I'm talking is why we do not have this problem. Because besides the color, we have the character. We can read the character. Maybe so we ignore the importance of the color, right? So.
But at least in Tianjin, a taxi comes, it can be red and empty, it can be green and full. Whereas, again, in Europe, if it's green, it means it's empty, he's looking for a passenger, and if it's red, it means he's full.
Actually, we are the same
Well,
here.
Well, officially, yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to work that way. Sometimes they're red and they
Oh,
stop,
yeah.
and sometimes they're green and they don't stop. So it's always a mystery.
Yeah.
Again, it's not wrong and right, it's just different. So colours. maybe, I don't know, the traffic lights these days, you know, they're red and green, but now you have cameras to stop you going. I remember when I came 10 years ago and people would just go through red lights, but now you have cameras so people stop maybe, but before red didn't mean stop, I guess. I don't know.
Red means stop.
Does it mean stop? Okay,
yeah,
good.
does mean stop.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I know you are joking.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Okay, how about let's move on.
这个就是刚刚咱们提到的，就是这个检票口的一个指示牌的这个红绿的现象，就是它就是红的时候，它其实是正在候车。对，然后绿的时候，红的时候其实是正在检票，但才可以进，绿的然后才是候车。这可能是因为我们可能就是会就是字和颜色就是一块儿来去看这个，可能不会觉得哦这个是有这么的区分。而且我觉得是怎么说呢，就是在我们日常生活中，其实红色和绿色啊，其实它也就是象征着就是这种停和走的这个它基础的，可能会在运用的时候，对，可能在运用的时候可能会有一些这种灵活性的变化。对，在可能对于外国人来说，他可能会觉得我要如果是按照之前的这种定性思维去考虑的话，可能就会有一些偏差。
是，
那我们看下一张图片。
好。
这个是不同的表达方式，对，这个是给自己爱的人打电话的这种不同的表述，对，在外国人的话可能会觉得我要直接表达，I love you， 我爱你。在中国的话，我要是如果关心我的爸爸妈妈，我的妻子和孩子啊，或者是老公这样的，会说你今天吃的怎么样呀，穿的怎么样呀，然后有没有穿暖和了呀，就这种的表达方式可能会有一些差异。
是 ，the difference. Expression. You know, sometimes for our Chinese people, just I love you cannot, express everything. Okay. We'll always say, have you eat? Right? What did you dress today? Right? Have you dressed warm? Actually, this is the people who care about you, who always want to ask about.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've learned something.
Yeah. So yeah, let's move on.
好，那咱们下一张。
Yeah, this is a very good
this
part.
Is extremely important. So respect is very important, and trust again is part of respect. And to be honest, I think that the Western people, especially the managers, they don't respect the Chinese people enough, and that leads to problems. It leads to problems because the Chinese people seem to accept that, so they don't challenge that enough. And I think that's very bad. I think Chinese people, when working for a Western company, they have the right to challenge things. So for instance, a conference call with America might be at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. Now, I think a Chinese person can say, well, I have better things to do at 11 o'clock at night than talk to you. Can we not do that in the morning when it's in your afternoon, so that it's reasonable, respectful? So I really tell my team to challenge the Westerners and don't just accept it. And Westerns actually respect that more. I had a meeting with a senior manager, the same grade as me, and 3 younger managers. And we had the meeting. It was a very interesting meeting. We were discussing lots of things. And the manager, the senior manager, he came to me at the end of the meeting and he said, I don't understand what happened. Your 3 guys, they were saying no and they disagreed with you all the time. And you seem to like that. I said, yes, I love that. I hate it when somebody says yes and just agrees because I'm the manager. I want them to challenge me because I'm not always right. So we discuss things and then we argue and then we come to an agreement. So he couldn't understand that. As a senior Chinese manager, he wants his guys to say, yes, you're right, sir. Yes, you're right. Yes, I agree. You're the best. I disagree with that. So don't respect Westerners too much, because they don't want to be respected in that way. They respect that you're working hard, that you have a good opinion, and that you're sometimes right and he's sometimes wrong. That's how you gain respect.
Actually, the Westerner boss likes the people, likes the colleagues to challenge them, right? If
the challenge is reasonable.
Yeah, if it's a reasonable challenge.
I lived in France for a while, and in France people just always ask why. and that's too far. They ask why for the sake of it, but ask why if you don't understand, then ask why, and if you don't agree because the manager's wrong, then please tell them straight away. Don't wait.
Okay.
And Westerners will usually respect that.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with that. Maybe for most of the Chinese boss, they want, especially in the meeting. I mean, the whole of lots of people there, they don't want the guys to just say, I don't agree with you. What we do, okay? If I don't agree with my boss, I may prefer the way that I will talk to him after the meeting.
So that's about losing face, I guess, in front of everybody.
And also I can solve these problems as well, right? We won't let the issue to go the wrong direction. I can fix that, but maybe I use the Chinese way to fix that.
Okay,
right?
That's fine. Again, it's a different way of doing things.
Yes, yeah, sure.
But again, if you're working between Westerners and Chinese people, then the best thing to do is to try and understand what a Westerner wants and react that way and do it in a Western way.
Yeah, sure.
Because he won't understand if you say yes in the meeting and then afterwards you call him and say, well, I actually meant no. He'll say, well, why didn't you say it?
If I have a foreign boss like you, I would say shoot directly, right?
Yeah, that's best. That's right, yeah.
对，如果你有一个外国人的这样的 boss 的话呢，那你就直说。对，但如果有个中国的 boss 的话，还是有什么事儿的话，就是会后再说。对，我觉得这是一个关键点。Okay. So yeah, let's move on. Impossible. I think this part is a generalization, to be honest.
Well, that's interesting. Because I've seen it so often.
You see it so often.
I've seen it so often.
In your team?
In my team, also in my personal life.
Okay.
And I asked somebody to do something which I know is possible. So one example at work was I wanted to move a machine from one country to another machine. And the Chinese management said they don't want to do this. Sorry, it's impossible to do that. We don't have space. And but I took that as not an impossible. I just understood I don't want to. So they said, oh, we have no space in this room to do that. And I said, well, okay, if you took the table out, would it then be possible? They said, no, it's impossible. We cannot put that machine in this room. And I said, well, if you took the door out and knocked the wall down such that the machine could go through that hole, could you then put it in there? And then they have no answer. Because
they don't want to do that.
Exactly. So I don't know if you've heard that. 不信, I guess. I get the impression people will say to me it's impossible when they don't want to do it. So, am I wrong? Am I right? You tell me.
I still think that's a generalization.
Okay.
Because sometimes, yes, some part of some Chinese people they don't want to say things directly.
That's right, but that's true, right? Yeah.
So
exactly. So that was my point. Instead of giving what we call a straight answer, I don't want to do this for this reason. There may be very good reasons. They will say it's impossible and give a different reason. So again, in the West, a straight answer is often better. But a Chinese girl, Chinese guy, she doesn't want to see him. So she doesn't say, oh, I can't see you. It's impossible because my parents won't let me. No, just say, look, I don't want to see you. And that's easier.
Yeah.
So often a direct message in the West is maybe easier and better understood.
对，我觉得这也是我们这次节目的一个初衷哈，就是说，因为在很多交流的过程中，我们更希望提供一种正确的方式，在中外交流的过程中，大家能够就是更好的能够交流。比如说他刚才提到的一个，那很多人咱们中国人就是那种比如说我不想做的一些事情，那我直接告诉你做不了，对吧？但是你还不是说告诉他我不想做，我为什么不想做啊？这可能对公司不是怎么样好，你可以把真实的想法说出来啊。对，但是可能确实是很多中国人他会选择一种比较对，就是那种他觉得那种我们叫什么叫叫比如善意的谎言。OK，yeah，
但是我
Actually, we call it that kind of the Kant line.
Ah, yes,
Right.
white lies maybe,
White,
or
yeah,
kind lying.
yeah.
Okay, but so you know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
sure,
not always the
sure.
situation, but I have other examples in my private life as well. So
Yeah.
so I see that sometimes. So I never, if I know, if I I have a lot of experience. If I know it's actually possible, then I will challenge and ask the right questions until it becomes possible. Okay, so it's a good way. So Westerners are like that. So discuss things. Yeah.
So
It's important as well, because if as a Chinese engineer, if you say it's impossible and the Western guy believes you, then a year later somebody does it, they will say, well, you told me this was impossible. So the guy loses faith and he loses trust.
Yeah.
So don't say it's impossible, give an honest answer, and that will be better.
Okay.
I mean, no, so don't use these little lies. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
尤其在他这种专业的技能方面，就是在工程方面，他更希望就是去实话来实说，而不是希望用一些理由来搪塞，
其实这个方面其实也是有的部分的这种工作的话，可能会产生这样的这种，他其实呢怎么说呢？如果说是在工作上遇到了，是老板说，哎，这个问题你去解决吧。他如果是真的是没有能力解决的话，他可能会有这样的回答出现。如果是真的是就是这种说我思考一下，我看能不能解决这样的，他其实是有的人可能会是在心里去在想，我应该怎样去权衡这方面的利弊吧，算是对他其实也可能算是，因为我们在我们的角度来说，他其实也是一种以偏概全的这种说法。
是，我从一开始我就跟他提了。
对
OK, let's move on.
生活背景的差异，对，这里边是有3个不同的国家的人，分别是为英国人和中国人和美国人。对，这个是一个特别的一个好玩的一个现象，就是在我们中国来说的话，就是从小我们上学校就会，比如说像寄宿制的，或者说是初中了或者高中，或者特别是大学里边。就是会很多人一块住，6人间、4人间，这都很正常。然后呢，英国人会说了，我即将会有一个2人间的这样的一个跟别人一起分享这个宿舍，而这个美国人都会一种很震惊的一个方式，就我一直都可能会都是一个人住，这个可能是我们这种生活背景上的一个差异。
Yeah. That's the difference surrounding, the living surroundings, how you grow up, different background. I experienced this before. I took one of my friends to go to my university, and I just showed them. Okay, I just showed them that I lived with other 7 girls together in my dormitory. And they were just shocked. And, one guy just said, oh, I was in a private dormitory.
Correct.
Yeah. So they cannot understand how come you can stay with other 7 girls together in one room, right? So actually, this is our different living background.
Well, it's interesting because I read an article about last year that apparently the Westerners, they share just 2 of them in one room in the same university. So a lot of the Chinese students were getting angry. We're 8 and they're 2. And then somebody said, well, they pay more. So
yeah,
that's true. But,
okay, yeah. If we see that part, maybe that's fair, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so.
Okay.
我们再看下面一个。
I think that's a comic. It exactly goes with the noise. This one.
Right. Yeah. So again, maybe this is just me, but I think I've seen it before. China is a noisy place. I mean, that's a generalization, but I think it's often true. And what I found in the conference calls I had with China when I was living in Europe is that there was a lot of background noise. And that it's very disturbing, and it's even rude to have so much background noise. So I told my team, right, we must get into a quiet conference room. So never do a conference call from a factory. always go into a quiet conference room. And if the phone rings, never answer it when a Western guy is talking, because that is so rude.
So
right?
rude.
So,
Just to interrupt that.
Noise levels and keeping things, respectful and quiet is very important. I went to a ballet in Beijing. In Europe, a ballet is quiet. And people were on their telephones, people were walking around, people were saying things. I mean, noise is just so much more prevalent. There's so much more noise in China, and that's very different. And it bothers Westerners, at least in a business meeting. We should concentrate on the subject, and we shouldn't have a lot of background noise. So that's.
其实这个噪音这块，我们感受真的很深，是吧？
对，是这样的，就是怎么说呢？就是我之前有一段时间去过日本，然后这个回来以后，就明显的感觉到，就是咱们中国人他的真的是声音会比较大。其实呢，这可能是跟我们生活环境的这种一直以来的这种说话方式，因为祖祖辈辈下来的，就是妈妈打电话特别明显啊，特别的声音特别的大，就会其实它是一种爱的这种直接的传达。对，它可能这个方面呢，如果说是跟咱们这种西方国家来比的话，其实中国来说的话，可以这方面有一所改进，但是呢，咱们可以慢慢努力。这个呢，也是一个怎么说呢，也是一个学习的一个方向。对。
Yeah. If you are talking about the background, I mean the noise, I think the American people also very loud.
American people speak loudly, that's true.
Yeah.
If you have often, again a generalization, but you often, maybe it's because I understand them, but sometimes there's two American guys in the same restaurant, and I can hear their conversation even though I'm 5 tables away.
Yeah.
So maybe that's so it's not just West and everything, but I'm just saying that from my British point of view, if you like, let's keep the noise down and don't hold a telephone call in the background. And if you're going to have a conference call, be respectful. Go into a quiet place, and then you can have a conference call.
Yeah. 那刚才那个 Michael 跟我们提到几点哈，就是我们如果在跟外国人在接触的时候，我们一定要注意。第一就是说，如果我们在跟外国的 boss 在开会的时候呢，就是如果你的电话响了，我们尽量不要去接，因为这样的话他会觉得非常不礼貌。那第二来讲的话，如果说那么我们在一个地方来接电话，那么别人比如说都在那说话的时候，你尽量去找一个安静的地方去接电话，不要影响到其他。那么还是说就是大家呢，我觉得尤其是我们在跟就是外籍人士在一起的时候，我觉得确实你代表的不光是你自己本人哈，肯定是代表一个国家就是我们自己国家的形象。那我们更多的要稍微的去注意一下。好，
我们接下来看下一张图片。
这是
这个是一个不同的回答
，different
其实这一部分
answers，
对，这一部分是一个不同的回答。这个是一个特别的明显的一个不同，就是我们就是感冒了，或者说是一个突然的一个打了一个喷嚏，然后我们俗语说今天会说就会说，如果说是就是阿丘，然后对方就会说100岁。它其实是一个不同的一个回答，而这个图片里边的，如果外国人如果说你的朋友说然后外国人朋友就会说那个保佑你，就是我们中国人会觉得哇保佑什么？对，它其实是一个不同的表达方式。
对，Actually, she's from 就你的家乡是
安徽 province。
Okay, actually, yeah. When she's she's the family has the different response to the when she do the you got the
100岁
是吗？就是在你们自己家的方言里？
不是，是那个叫 Gupsi。
Gupsi.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, it's different. It's not. I mean, bless you is very English. Even in America, they sometimes say Gesundheit, which is a German word, which means your health.
What?
Gesundheit. That's a German word which means your health. So good health.
Okay.
So it's not everybody. It's very English, in fact. Saying bless you.
We say 100 years old.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So wishing you a lot of.
Yeah, I think the same as Germany, right?
Well, Germany just means good health.
A good health.
Yeah,
So if you can live up to 100 years, that means good health.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this is an
answer the question.
Yeah,
That's
answer the question.
Yeah.
Answer.
So what I often find, I mean, it's difficult. It's different languages. English is a complicated language, and Chinese is hard as well. And I often find that Chinese people, some people, not all of them, but they would often answer my question, and they would give an answer, but it wasn't what I asked. So maybe they understood 10 words, or maybe they didn't want to give the right answer at all. They would always give me an answer, but never answer the question I put. So, and this is very frustrating and very annoying. You know, you ask somebody a question. You know, how old are you? Oh, well, I'm going to the shops tomorrow. Is your answer? So you give me an answer, but it's not the question I put to you. Okay, so maybe my question is rude.
Yeah.
So you could the answer to my question would be, I don't want to answer your question because that is rude. So that's good. But giving a totally different answer, either because you don't understand or because you don't want to answer, is very frustrating. So what I always tell my engineers to do is, if you don't understand my question or you don't understand the boss's question, then please ask. And you don't look stupid if you ask, I don't understand, or say, I don't understand. But you do look stupid if you don't answer the right question. Then you look stupid. And I don't want people to look stupid.
对，那一般呢，就是他会提到，就是说，如果我们很多人在回答问题的时候，尤其老外提出一个问题的时候，他可能没有听懂，但是他也就刻意的去回答了。但是其实这样更会丢人 ，lose face。对吧？所以说，在下次再碰到这样的情况下的时候呢，我们尽量如果不明白的话，我们可以再让我们这个外国朋友再说一遍啊。当你很清楚的这个问题是什么的时候，再做回答。Just make sure that you understand the question, then give the answer.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
And ask if you don't understand the question. Say, I'm sorry, I don't understand what this word means. Then that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is our today's VS, because, it's already 47 minutes already. So how about the questions? How about we just give one question opportunity? Yes.
今天这个嘉宾都一直在听的，应该是都特别的非常的认真，然后他一直在会说，就长知识了，原来这么多的这种差异，就是有没有有网友会问到，就是说刚刚也说到了很多这种很有趣的，有没有嘉宾说在印象最深刻的一件事可以作为我们今天的一个 Vivian Speaking 的结尾。
Okay, they want to know what's your the thing impressed you most in Tianjin, maybe something related to the cultural exchange.
吴大道. Yeah, because it's been so well looked after, and is now it's full of Chinese tourists. And I'd never been to Wudadao before, and it's the most impressive part of Tianjin. So if you ask me what I like most in Tianjin, that's Wudadao.
Okay, yeah. 好吧，别管怎么样，我觉得这就是我们今天的VS 的一个节目。那我不知道大家是不是学到了更多呢？ So we will see you next Wednesday. Thank you for joining us, Michael.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.